Alright, let's read some more random adventures. The main piece of feedback I got last time on the last video was that the sound quality wasn't very good. So hopefully this time I'll be able to edit out the sound of me shuffling around and stuff. Hopefully. Anyway, here we go. I also got some other suggestions for making sure that the adventures that I read are longer than, like, have pictures or are longer than one page. But I don't know. Sherlockstuck. A young man stands alone in his bedroom. He tells his internet friends that it is his 13th birthday today, though it isn't. He's been 13 for some time. Despite his 13 years of life, nobody has bothered to giving him a name. What should it be? Enter name. Blueberry cucumber patch. The hell does that even mean? Try again. Sherlock Holmes. Took you long enough. Your name is Sherlock Holmes. You are 13 years old and have been for some time, though you tell your internet friends that today is your birthday. You have incredible powers of observation, which have gotten you into trouble more than out, though you expect this will change soon. You love detective stories, especially those with genius sociopaths detectives. You can relate. You yourself dabble in crime solving and forensic experiments. You dislike and shun people, except for your internet friends, mostly because you can stop talking to them at any time. It is an exciting, fresh new day in the wide world. What will you do? I've seen the Sherlock TV series. It was something. Reminded me of Doctor Who, except dumber. Sherlock, capsulog violin. You do so, though part of you wonders what on earth capsulog means. You gather it's some form of inventory, as your violin has disappeared from the room. Sherlock, explain fetch modus. You explain in a tart, condescending way that your fetch modus is the much sought-out inventory modus. It is a great deal more expensive than any other fetch modus, but it allows for someone to remove any items they put in any order they wish, with minimal risks. You'd also talked all of your friends into getting it, who got their friends to get it, etc. The only drawback is, if the Sylladex is full and you try to capsulog anything, the rest of the items get ejected. It's much simpler that way. You don't see why anyone would get any other fetch modus. If anyone were to read a story about you purely for a misadventure involving a fetch modus, they would be sorely mistaken. You cannot imagine the sort of silly thing happening where the inventory modus is clear alpha of the lot. Moving on. I once was part of a group of people who were planning a superb adventure where the characters would have to, find fetch moduses from a factory in order to play the game. So they would have the capsulog cards. Sherlock, ponder the meaning of every crime, ever. That session idea never went anywhere, though. To keep you from being bored. Was that so hard? You think not. It also seems that your computer is showing a notification, one which likely means someone is trying to pest. Oh boy. Wow, this person's pretty self-absorbed. Sherlock, answer chum. So, first of all, the code's broken, and second of all, you can't read this. You can't read it unless you're highlighting it. It's not that great. Oh well. So, what would Watson's voice be? I don't know. Hello, are you there, SH? Yes. Oh, thank God. Happy birthday. You're making it blindingly obvious that something is amiss. What is it? Well, our friends wanted to surprise you for your birthday, so they signed us up for a beta of a game you might have heard of. It's called Sverb. Maybe you've heard of it? LR might have mentioned it before, but I highly doubt that the game gives cause for worry. Why are you concerned? It was JM's idea initially, and you remember your last birthday. Of course. But how could a video game possibly be dangerous? I don't know, but it's still a bit unnerving, for whatever reason. Hold on, these games are being delivered to our houses, correct? Yeah, but wait. How did JM get our addresses? All we have on each other is a P.O. box number. Oh god, JM knows where we live. This is extremely troubling. But to figure out how he knows, should we still play the game? I don't see why not. As I said, how could a game possibly be harmful? It's the implications of JM signing us up that could be harmful, even lethal. Oh god, can't even imagine how bad this could get. Stop typing, you're distracting me. Sorry? This requires some serious thought. I'll get back to you. Don't be an idiot. Well, that's that adventure. It was alright, for 8 pages at the very least, you know. In terms of quality density, it was fairly not bad. That's what I'll say about it. Path stuck. Oh yeah, didn't Tiny Pig close recently? I heard something about that. It shut down, and all the images got moved to PhotoBucket, or at least the images of active accounts, I think. I'm not sure what's going on over here. Or what's up with this alignment. Oh well. I'm still not gonna read this one. If the pictures are broken, there are a lot of broken picture adventures on the site. So many image hosts no longer operate. But PhotoBucket still does. As long as you've got this weird watermark on it. Actually, I was reading an adventure recently called Bucket's Adventure, which had a troll PhotoBucket watermark as a kind of like a joke on its comic within a comic. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool idea. I liked it. Doodleracket. You are a 13-year-old 7th grader in a 7th grade math class. You are bored. What will you doodle? Draw a smiley face. You proceed to draw what is perhaps the worst smiley face ever drawn in the history of 7th grade doodles. There are considerably worse ones than that. Draw a body for smiley face guy. You draw a pretty stupid looking body for smiley face guy. You also decide to short his name to Mr. Smiley. No, that's not stupid. Look, he's got his wrist on his waist and he's looking all posing. It's all nice. Draw him some clothes. He's all nudisty. You decide that his penciled body must be pretty darn drafty and draw him out some clothes. Okay, now it looks pretty stupid. Those clothes are pretty drab. Spice him up. You find his shirt quite stupid and decide to draw him some more fancy clothes. Give the gentleman a lady to date. You realize that there's no reason for a man to dress up if he's not going out with a dame, and proceed to draw one. Pull out a new piece of paper. They need some privacy from all that math crap to date. You rip off that piece of paper and draw a place for them to have a date. That place being a lovely Italian restaurant. Draw the lovely couple. You draw the lovely couple in the chairs of the restaurant, looking at the fancy menus to choose their food. Draw a waiter. You draw a typical snooty waiter to ask the couple what they want to eat. Screw that nonsense, it's too romantic. You rip up the old page and start a new one, this time drawing a little castle thingy. That was short, but it was interesting. It's quite an early adventure, only 573. The early ones tend to be a bit more, well, more often than not, they're just simple. Really simply made and like simple ideas. And it's a different feel. I read a bunch of them. It's good. Random. Ooh, got a much more recent one here. Ooh. GreenStick. Oh! Hold on, this Huckle's art. I vaguely know Huckle. I know that, like, person. Vaguely know them. Not sure if I've ever talked to them. But I think they're in the Kidditus server. They do stuff there. Hey, it's your boy here. Please note that the style of the adventure may be a little outdated in art, but I swear it gets better, I think. Please enjoy my comic and have fun. GreenStick. Updated April 16th, 2019. So, it might not be discontinued and inactive forever. A young man stands in his room. What is his name? Lime Buddy. Oh wow, a name! You always wish to have those. All the cool kids have them, by the way. You think it's perfect. What to do next? It's a pretty cute face. Cry. I don't think I need to cry today. Maybe tomorrow, though. Examine room. Your name is Lime Buddy. You like to sleep while watching the rain sometimes. It's pretty relaxing, you know. For some reason, it seems that the rain never stops falling, and you never get the chance. Probably meant to be chance. Never get the change to open your doors and see the world for yourself. You were born here, that's what you think, and you don't remember anything about your childhood. At your front, you have your giant teddy bear that you love to snuggle with. At night when the storm gets bad, he's so fluffy sometimes it's like you can enter him. You wish you could see the sky, but it's too cloudy. Wait, so that guy just lived in this room for his whole life, but doesn't remember his childhood, and it's constantly rainy and stormy outside. That's a pretty existentially terrifying setting to grow up in. Oh well. Check poster. What poster? Look outside window. The rain makes you so calm. Ooh, what's this? Ooh. Pick up teddy bear, hug him and squeeze him and call him Little Crimson. You hug Little Crimson as hard as you can. He's very fluffy. The name's ironic, because he's neither crimson nor little. Enter a teddy bear. What? Ah! Slurp. Enter Crimson World. Whoop. It's incredibly soft. So you are now inside a stuffed bear and you love it. Actually, you noticed that a while ago when you were sucked into the bear. But yeah, that's pretty amazing. Look inside bear. Show us the land, ocean man. The Crimson. Well, this is gonna be a long day. Lime Buddy, be the other guy. You're now the other guy. End of Act 1. Wow, that was a short act. Act 2, loading complete. Act 2, finish loading and name the blue guy. Blue Boy, your name is Blue Boy. You're not sad today. Other guy, be frightened. What? Be frightened? Why? There's nothing to be afraid of, right? Of course there isn't. Hug yourself and create an imaginary manifestation of a helpful ghost to keep you company. I wonder if that's a reference to something. You don't know what a hug is, but you try to imagine a bit. It's very sad. Your imagination stat is too low, so your friend is just another version of yourself. Just great. Blue Boy, talk with your newly formed friend. Friend, hey. Hi. What am I doing here? I think I created you to be my friend or something. Well, if you created me, prove it. What? How? Tell me my name. Oh, I didn't think about that. Exactly. Go talk to me when you figured out my name. Well, this conversation escalated quickly. Let's see your room. As previously said before, your name is Blue Boy, and today may be the strangest day of your life. You think your room is pretty great, as you never saw any other room ever except the one your friend posts photos for you on your cell phone, which seems to have infinite battery. Your little flower pot is one of your favourite objects in the house, apart from Little Droplet, your trustful bunny plush, and your cell phone. Your imaginary friend seems to be looking at a wall until we give it a name. Shall we give it one? What if you just don't? It just stares at the wall forever. Pick your phone and look for hentai. No, wait, your friends. You don't know what a hentai is, but sure, you could go check on your friend. Hey man, what's up? Nothing much, you? Nothing. Have you heard any news from my neighbour? Which one, dude? The one that lives in the greenhouse. Oh, the green dude. No, what happened to him? I don't know. That's why I was asking you in the first place. Wait a second. I remember that I did see a bright light coming from his house. Does he have some sort of lighter or oven or something like that? I think not. Also, why would he have one? He doesn't have anything to use that with. You're right. Well, if I see something about it, I'll talk to you, okay? Alright. See you later. See you later. Man, you love that dude. Back to point. Back to the point. JSON file. No! You can't just name him after a type of file that you found around. At least, for your effort, we'll name him Jason Miles. Hug your bunny plushie. This is how you hug, right? Keep going, you're doing great. Bunny plush, grow. Poof! Holy motherfucker! The crimson. Oh, it's reflected in the sky now. Whoop! End of Act 2. This kind of reminds me of Neocosmos so far, or at least the startup setting. Anybody here read Neocosmos? Neocosmos was it's good, but it was really slow. Like, really slow. Act 3, loading complete. Like, in terms of the panels it used to do things with, like, it could have covered more story in a short amount of panels. Anyway, be the orange guy. Oh. You are now the orange guy. Exposit on who you are. Prince Orange. Your name is Prince Orange. See, I forgot lazy for now. Let me a screenshot of this. Just okay, fair enough. Inspect surroundings with princely royal eyes. Your house may not be as royal as you are, but it's the best thing you have anyways. At your front, you have your trusty laptop that you use for music and the other non-important stuff. You don't have a lot of things in your room, but you sure think that the best thing here is a window that is probably useless, because it cracks up so easily that you had to make a barrier yourself out of an unused part of the roof. You keep your cell phone in your pocket anywhere you go, because you don't know when one of your friends is going to message you or something like that. You seem to be the only one that actually has internet here, because they don't seem to understand the concept of Orange Web, your trusty browser. What a shame. What will you do now? Inspect tunes on laptop with your princely ears. Now these are some good tunes. Oh, wait. Oh, it's Lunar Radio. Huh. I don't know why it's not working, though. Oh well. I used to spend a lot of time on Lunar Radio during coding classes at school. Take extended zodiac quiz. Oh. Your true sign is Torah. Sign of the transient. Prospect plus mind. Huh, neat. Check on friends. They are all offline at the moment. That's pretty strange. Look through window. What an unusual place to live. Wonder if there's anybody meant to be here. Open door. You can't really go outside, as the rain seems to be some sort of acid. To this day, you still can't believe how the houses are still up. Alright? Explain why you're a prince, and then take a royal nap. Story time! Okay, so, as you all know, me and my friends, Blue and Lime, all chat on Message Run, one of the only chatting apps we have at our dispose. Since I am the one that talks the most there, and have a great personality, from what they tell me, they have named me their king, which is pretty great. As I am R2 young, I stand by the name of Prince Orange. Now that story time is over, I'll go take a royal snooze. Take a nap and dream. You have a peaceful nap. Meanwhile, be the red guy. As there is no red guy, you start being the red girl. Red girl, exposit on situation. We are trying to find the portal to my base before it gets late. Trust me, they don't want to know what lives here at night. It'll probably not be us if we get late. Red girl, talk about yourself. Your name is Red Knight. You still don't know how you got into this situation, helping 2 aliens by leading them into your base. You don't have many interests, except fighting and exploring, which are one of your favorite hobbies ever. Most of your life was here, in the Crimson, but then you got into a fight with some of the local species, and then escaped to live somewhere else. Man, your species is so dumb they didn't even name it. They're just called locals, which is a pretty weird name, I must say. You would talk more, but you feel like there's someone watching you. Blue plus Lime, be cute together. I think they might wait until they're at red space. Examine number and heads. Yeah, that's pretty weird. I only paid attention to green. Prince, wake up. You heard a loud crack, followed by streaming water. God, it's leaking! Use your blanket and pillow as a shield and run outside. You pick all of your precious stuff and there. Inspect the weird middle thing and go to Lime's house. No time for inspecting. You need to get to safety as quick as possible. And so, Orange runs even more as the quality of the comic decreases so drastically that the rain isn't even drawn. Jump in the portal, post haste. End of Act 3. This is probably a code of something. Act 3, Intermission 1. You are now a reader, surprised by the ending of Act 3. Well, I don't know, I didn't even have expectations. I generally, when reading stories, I do not think about what I think will happen ever. Like, I just don't form expectations. Until I stop reading. When I'm in the midst of reading, I just go through without really thinking in any depth about the story or theorizing or considering anything really. I just read it. Reader, appreciate addition of all the character colors being added to the stage curtains. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Yes. Reader, wonder if lime plus blue is real. Yes, probably will. Reader, make some fanfics of it. What? No, the authors will be mad. I'll not be mad, just disappointed. You have been warned. I will be disappointed in no way whatsoever. Reader, show us why you don't have any legs. This reader is actually a human/snake hybrid. This explains a lot, actually. Reader, celebrate 50 pages of GreenStick. Yay. End of Intermission 1. Act 4 found. Loading Act 4. Alright, guys. We're here. We need to enter before it gets let to... are you? I'm orange. Where am I? You're in the Crimson, dude. How did you even get here anyway? On my house, to be more specific. Is that orange? Your house? No, I don't remember being in any house, miss. The name's Red Knight. Okay, Red Knight. So, yeah, I don't remember being in nobody's home. Well, I don't remember almost anything. I only do remember being in, like, a facility? Yeah, I think it was a facility. There was, like, a lot of weird doors and portals, and I saw, like, another person, too. It was a purple thing. It had horns and stuff. It was also, like, a weird yin-yang-like thing, if I remember. I didn't understand a fucking thing you just said. It all makes no sense. You still didn't explain to me why you did come out of my house's portal. You know what? Fine. You don't need to explain that. I know you'll just ramble on about this facility you're talking about, these stupid yin-yangs and shit. Red? Red! Red! What? Red! I think there's a weird thing glowing in the sky. I think it's looking at us even. Red Knight, look up. You look up. Ah, shit. Here we go again. Well, that was quite enjoyable. I hope this continues. It's pretty cool. Everyone dive through. Yep. How long have I been recording for? I don't know. About half an hour. I feel like these videos probably shouldn't be too long. Like, I would appreciate more. I would appreciate more feedback on the format of this stuff. Like, should I edit out adventures that I don't read? Like, where I just come to it, like this one, for example, and it has a broken picture, and I decide not to read it, and I decide to just go on to the next one. Should I edit that out of the video that I upload? Last time, I edited out just about 9 minutes worth of silence where I just wasn't talking. That video was still 45 minutes long, which I feel is probably too long for this sort of thing. Probably just it's too easy to lose interest. Anyway, this adventure, LunarBent, it appears to be some kind of prequel to some other adventure. That's an interesting idea. Only it would load. Oh, this is a nice first image. Let's rewind many sweeps before the events of SolarBent. I won't read that, probably, because I'm reading this. And I just want to read the adventure that I ran into. So, yeah, let's just see if I can make sense of this in the middle of some other story. Yes, let's rewind to a time when Stammen was stuck in an eternal night. Okay, feeling I'm missing out on a lot of context here, but that's okay. I've read some book series where you just come in at book 2 and, like, still enjoyable. Indeed, an eternal night. But since trolls are nocturnal creatures, it never really bothered them. Yet. Starman was ruled by a fuchsia-blooded witch called the Shadower. Bloodshed or peace? Her decisions of rulings were influenced by the positions and movements of the celestial bodies visible in the sky, especially the moon. For example, on a dark moon, she would have a prisoner brutally executed. On a clear moon, she would have been more lenient and spared a condemned prisoner. This is very nice art. The positions of the celestial bodies, and indirectly the shadower's actions, were controlled by the teal-blooded maid, Sky Ruler Celestia. As long as Celestia was alive, there was a balance. If something ever happened to Celestia, doom would be upon Stammen. Well, let's just hope nothing would happen to her. Protecting the tower inhabited by Celestia was an indigo-blooded page named Guardian Rotanda. He was a soldier resistant to rage, who swore to protect Celestia with his life. One time, the Shadower found a young bronze-blooded rogue, whose Lucis had just been killed. Since a clear moon shone the skies, the Shadower took pity on the young troll, adopted him, and raised him as a servant. Oh. This young troll would later be known as the Messenger, for he had the power to read minds and could report those thoughts to the authorities. However, to do such misdeeds under the Shadower's watch. Responsible of the young Messenger's Lucis' death, the gold-blooded heiress stood silent in the shadows as the Shadower adopted the young troll. Endmaker Darkfate was responsible of many other deaths. Trolls and Lucis alike. Despite her golden blood, she never seemed to grow old, unaffected by time. Man, I wish there was more of this. It's a pretty cool backstory. Pretty epic feeling. Kind of tempted to read the adventure this is meant to be from. But nah. Random. White Plateau. Hold on a moment. Seems familiar. Test subject XF3974. Base development complete. Testing area prepared. Initializing draining sequence. I think I might have read this one before. Read something. Draining sequence complete. Cognitive processes initialized. Consciousness, awareness. A strangely familiar, yet unusual experience. You, for the first time, live. Yep, I've read another story that was based in the same setting as this earlier on the site, back from when I was trying to read every adventure. It was pretty good. Oh. Next one. Wish it was more than just 3 pages uploaded. That's the thing with a lot of the early adventures that were uploaded to the MSPFA site, is that they were based on forum adventures, which generally had gone fairly far, had a decent chunk of story going on for some time. But when they were uploaded to MSPFA, only the first few pages were uploaded. And then as the story went on, whoever uploaded them just didn't upload anymore, which is really disappointing with some stories like Tic-Tac-Toe. Just search up the Tic-Tac-Toe adventure. It's really good, and it was meant to be completed on the forum, but only the first few pages were uploaded, and it's really good. Anyway, what's this? The adventure with no name. Hello? What is this? This seems rather different for it to be on a site like this. What an oddity. Now how do I narrate this? You don't have to. I'll be here if need be. Wah! Oh, I'm... Name? Your name is? Also, by any chance, do you have friends? Well, I don't recall it. Maybe I never had a name. As far as friends go, Lady Death comes here sometimes, and we have a tea party. Wish this would continue. This is nice, completely absurd and surreal beginning with weird metaphorical personifications, you know, black and white color scheme, weird, like, you know, weird surrealness. I like surreal stuff. Random. Like I Have No Mouth. If you haven't read I Have No Mouth, I would recommend it. It's really, really weird, and it's, I haven't, like, I could make like I should write up like a theory if I have no maths. Dimmadome stuck. One page, no picture. On to the next one. Probably stop soon though. Random stuck. It's in Spanish. Well, that's actually just me, like, guessing from the language. And its picture's broken, but I can't. I'm not reading a foreign adventure with broken pictures. I can't. That's too hard. That is MSPFA on hard mode. This adventure is called Do We Really Matter? That dream you had. You keep thinking about it. You never gave him an answer. Why won't you give him an answer? It is in your best interest to do so. We aren't monsters. 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 We are. Damn it. You've been having that dream for the past. You don't actually know, because it's not like you just wake up and go, oh, well, what time it is? 5 minutes after 6? Well, that's just over 1 day and 8 hours. I don't think anyone does that, since it just occurs to you how stupid that rant was. Your name is Tizaius and Tick. You are a secret sufferer follower. And no, you do not mean the holiday tradition. What you were referring to was a guy who said fuck really loudly. It's one way of describing it. Your husk top, slim fine cut, X1, extra fast processing and memory storage, deluxe ultra premium by some stupid company that you think had OVO in its name with some pun about bugs or trolls. Same thing really, they are all branded with the heiress's sign because she's a douche. But luckily your totally supportive girlfriend made all this epic blanket with sideloaded 69s on them, like Sweep Go, she's out with a white guy, like literally white, no horns. I'm not sure where the parentheses ended here. So yeah, what you gonna do? This is the part where you suggest things. This page will be replaced with the next update on the 31st of May, 2019. Well, I wonder if they even got any suggestions. Might as well give them one in case they make something. Tizaius. Get breakfast. Post. Next one. Okay, this is going to be the last one. Anyway, that adventure, that was a cool start. It was a dream. Had some interesting imagery. Interesting foreshadowing. Something about making a deal with Doc Scratch. That was cool. But needed to actually, get somewhere. Oh well. Stupid garbage, no good. Okay, I can tell this one's going to be fun. Any point in the recursive spiral will be as meaningless as any other. You are paper for now. This too shall pass. An archetypal beginning with a two-dimensional brat. Your entire personality can easily be approximated from this picture. Hedonistic, culturally stuffy, edgy. It should be understood what rights and roles of the first are. Enter name. Clara. You cannot possibly be Clara. She was banned from the blogosphere due to multiple counts of bullycide and generally being a tremendous cunt. Nothing else comes to mind, however, so I guess you'll just be Clara. Unless it becomes cumbersome, and the strike is dropped without any indication as to why. Who needs an alias in hell? 404. Previous footage not found. Skipping to earliest available content. Some platforms are better than others. Some platforms refuse colored text. This is an image. Well, that was pretty fucking dramatic. I take it your strife specificist is ready, though? Yeah. 3 action-packed hours down the fucking drain. You probably want to put your machete in the specificist before you start up Spurb. That would be the most prudent course of action. Yeah. I am all about prudence. I gotta grab a drink first, though. Haze of the general blackout, you stumble through parts. In pain. On floor. Take bottle. What? No shit. Wait, was that what? No shit? Or what? No. Shit. I don't know. Psst. This can't be good. Let's just take a deep breath. Have a drink. Error! You cannot drink a weapon! Oh fuck no. No, this can't be happening. Drink tequila. Error! Item cannot be used this way. Put bottle to mouth. You aggrieved self with Joe's handle gold. You lost 3 health points. Weep. Weep. Okay, this is pretty weird so far. Kind of liking its weird metafiction-y thing it's got going on. Who's gonna be in charge of this subhuman session anyway? Speaking of kawaii, I don't think anyone was speaking of kawaii. You stand in your room with a Pocket Pal game system. Your name is Shane. Let's not argue or animate about the matter. A handsome set of drawers sits to your right. It's made of cherry wood. Nowadays, this material is considered unethical to harvest. Luckily for you, the piece is a second-hand antique, so your moral compass hasn't lost any karmic magnetism over it. Littered about your room are Japanimation memorabilia. You don't watch much of the stuff anymore, but you keep the collectibles around to cheer the place up. Clara's pestering you again, the bitch. Answer. Why are they doing this? Why are they making the epistolog an image? You ready to serve? Yep, got my Pocket Pal all patched up. That thing can run Spurb? I'm 90% sure. Yes, definitely. Maybe. Don't worry about it. Your loyal companion for 6 or 7 summers, the Pocket Pal can take just about anything. It was a bit surprising to find a patch the day of the Suburb release, but you have a lot of karmic magnetism on your side. Worry about it. 1 hour, 3 meteors, 2 planets, and 13 bottles later. What? Shane? Dog just go. Jesus fuck, Jack! Girl Hitchin ceased pestering Purple Pikachu. Purple Pikachu began pestering Girl Hitler. Oh, Girl Hitler. Oh no. Oh no! Poor Melvin! Sorry! Oh no! Ah! Shane seems to have accidentally sprite-logged your half-dead 16-year-old dog. As an existentialist, you usually wouldn't mind, but the fact that the imps attacking you have assumed the attributes of your long-suffering companion are pretty stomach-turning. Your apathy crystals have lost 30% of their unimportance, Shane. Okay, that's as far as made-up statistics go. The apathy crystals having unimportance, Shane, is pretty funny. Things have gotten so emotionally painful for Shane that she has fainted from melving grief. This epic and flowery gesture has earned Shane a new femisphere to keep in a coin purse or a dollhouse. Assassin become quite startled. Sheer terror seems to have knocked the would-be assassin out. Where do carapations even go when they're Asleep. Ooh. I like this. This is it's very weird so far. Be the dreamer. Ascend to a dream within a dream. Ah, waking up always makes you sick. This is the dumbest. Nobody even remembers this terrible movie anymore. You can't believe you fell asleep during another one of your missions. This is really going to piss off the Revolutionary Sisters Grey, a rebel group fighting the tonal binary. Your weak fortitude and womanly temper is starting to grate on them. You can barely comprehend the horror of that monster being left to her devices with your sleeping body. She might even find and molest your precious collection of delicate femispheres. Admit your failure to the sisterhood. You really are in a pickle. You never relish the disappointment in Snake Eye's namesake whenever you boff up a big job. And this was the biggest job she ever gave to anybody. Whoops. Christ, this is boring. What's Dream Shane up to? Descend to prospect. Be the normal dreamer. Shane, take that bitch's femispheres. As if you'd be disrespectful enough to meddle with a sleeping lady's possessions. The very thought of it makes the needle on your moral compass vibrate towards disgust. I'd just like to take a moment to appreciate this face. I think that's long enough. Speaking of possessions, what are you going to do about your smashed pocket pal? Okay, no, it's still there. Oh, you almost forgot about your darling pocket pal. Lost forever to the ethereal abyss from which no tech returns. You're pretty broken up about that. Plus, Clara is stranded without a server and your session can't progress. Maybe if you were able to contact somebody, have them act as your server, you could alchemize a new computer. You have to use your desktop dream computer here, though. Let's hope one of your other friends is sleeping. Hold up a sec. Throw a blanket on that assassin. It's gonna be a chilly night. You were so nice. See who's asleep. Jesus, this new pester-chum interface is a clusterfuck. Looks like there's only one other chum online and asleep right now. You hope she isn't too cool to help right now. Reveal this person's identity. A message from a purple Pikachu flashes across your computer screen. You've never been that partial to purple, but every time you go to sleep, everything around you is purple, and your clothes become tremendously fruity. Realizing that the gentle arms of the Sandman have swatted you in footy PJs usually fills your flask of rage hole up with so much viscous auger that you rouse from slumber. You decide to entertain Shane this one time, though. See what she wants. Very important video game, blah blah, video game. It's pretty raged. There's one angry guy right there. Ah! Oh wow! Inspect server player's handiwork. Shut up. That's very rude. Assassin, have you told your compatriots what a shameful, drowsy jackass you've made of yourself yet? You had to patch things up with Shortstack before breaking the news. She's never one to turn down a good fistfight, even if the other party fisted her on accident. Okay, well... I don't really appreciate innuendo that much. Just saying. It would actually be most prudent to wait for your sisterhood chapter leader before you even raise the subject of your mission. She's been having trouble sleeping recently, so you might even have a few hours left before everyone hates you. And there she is. It's she. Snake Eyes, see how the extremely important universally critical mission went. Hey there, Silverback! How did you do? Bet you did great! I knew I could count on you! We're all so terribly proud! Silverback, lie. You begin to weave a masterful tale of battle. The web you spin is devious indeed. Luckily enough for you, however, it won't matter that you're lying. Far away from the plains, politics, and plans of Prospect, further still from stupid, poorly photoshopped DiCaprio, Earth has been destroyed, and your intended target, Shane, destroyed along with it. The end. Allow me to extrapolate for a moment exactly what I mean by the end. Since 1895, it has been theorized that as opposed to a single universe, there is a multiverse compounded of infinite universes. 995,732,200 perfectly identical copies of this universe, affectionately named Jerkstuck. The timeline is doomed when Shane's server player refuses to respond 995,732,199 times. That makes the death of everyone on Earth, and Clara being permanently stranded behind the first gate, a statistical reality. Statistical reality, play out. You have no idea what to do. If none of the game elements are installed, then you can't alchemize, prototype, or escape this doomed planet. You have tried to concern with your server, but she seems to be ignoring your pleas. Cool guy, save the day, be the hero. You think not? Video games are fucking queer. Close the shit out as soon as you told Shane what for. Like, I'm okay with, like, reading it out in the tone of voice it's intended in, but, like, I do not support this message. Video games are family friendly and appropriate for all audiences. Bad end. Everyone died just so you could be cool. Do you feel fucking cool? Do you expect a fucking reward? Achievement unlocked. Too cool to live. 0.0000001000429% statistically viable reality occur. I might put in like a party sound effect here. You know the one. The ratio of super kawaii server players who have died in helpless agony, like rats in traps, desperately writhing to get away from the glue that they know will be their downfall, ripping away flesh to expose bone, screaming and fighting until merciful death settles upon them, has increased to a cosmically tangible scale. All omnipotent beings within 3 million magna kilos add a sorrow compendium tier to their flask. Did you know? A neural misfire can occur after rage hole poisoning induced anger purging, which can cause vague playfulness. This only happens an obscenely small percentage of the time, though. However, the invisibly minuscule electrons within the brain of a speck on a blue-green bit of sand floating as a millionth shard of a petite galaxy somewhere within the majestic infinite. It's a pretty good place for something obscenely small to occur. Neurons, misfire. You're now ready to help your best friend in a world you must defend. Hey, despite destroying the Earth a million billion fucking times, you never once entered your name once. Sorry about the wait, how rude of me. You are Ray. As the posters about your room indicate, you absolutely fucking love America and freedom in general. Either that or you just love to fight in favor of them while arguing about politics, your primary source of pleasure in life. Your affinity for cats is unquestionably sincere, though. The presence of wiggly whiskers always diminishes your rage hole levels to 10%. A bust of Sigmund Freud sits by you through your sordid cyberspace battles. You sure do flip your lid for that crazy crotch. Help Shane out. Alright, you don't have a lot of time for tomfoolery and foibles. Fast forward, make room for alchemizer. Shane narrowly avoid being crushed by refrigerator. Prototype kernel, employee laugh, pop, lock, bristle, foreshadowing, novelty, boomerang, mathematics, television, Winnie, god damn it, prototype, hospital, stupid shit, what, survey surroundings. Clara, become relevant once more. Other than a bizarre, unfinished message sent from Shane an hour ago, you haven't received any contact from anyone. Your Texas Instruments Doomsday Detector calculated with an error margin of 99.9999999% that the Earth has been destroyed. After discovering the magmapeds inhabiting the land of forests and fire, you decide that you had a chance to rebuild, honor, and remember your long-lost civilization. Realizing that mankind was, in fact, not destroyed has revitalized your apathy crystals. They reform the cold, hard shell of existentialist laissez-faire that protects you from your own emotions. I guess Ray's pestering you. Get on top of that, I guess. Simply Kilolosaurus began pestering Girl Hitler. Hey dog, started playing this stupid fucking game? I didn't even mention it to you because I thought knowing I was playing it would make you think less of me. But then again, it's kind of like that with the CS. You seem like The Sims. You like The Sims. I'm gonna make Shane kiss all the NPCs. I don't think you can make her do anything. Nah. Sorry, bruh. I got her to the land of fog and butterflies in 15 minutes. I think I can get her to kiss Goopy Gill's Carbo. Fog and fucking butterflies? Everything I interact with is on fire! I have been on actual, painful fire thrice! Life is no longer worth living! The ninja imps are having a fucking field day with fog, though. Ninja imps? Some people get brimstone and kindling. Others get gold and free blowjobs. Whatever, though. It doesn't really matter. You're over it. You've got no idea what Ray means by ninja imps. Half of the imps with Melvin's attributes died within seconds after they were spawned. You didn't even touch them. He was a frail old dog, and they couldn't move very fast. Continue going over blueprints. You decide to return to your conversation with what the next? A quick overview of imp spawning. When an imp is spawned, it takes 3 to 5 attributes at random from a list derived from previously prototyped artifacts. As the game progresses, the odds swing more favorably for the imps, the final few receiving the very best of the total combined attributes of the prototyping. Either a sense of justice or humor is programmed into the spawning mechanism. When something particularly weak, enfeebled, or benign is prototyped in the hopes for an easier session, the spawner invariably falls on the more vicious and unexpected attributes of the artifact. The combination of ancient, Japanese, and unnerving results in the Ninja Imp. Infamous sessions wide for its obnoxious, overpowered bullshit and historical inaccuracy. I like this page. This is a good joke. It's a good thing. I like it. It's a good bit. Thanks, Professor Cockbreath. Rude. You shrug the assailant off like a sack of rotten horse meat. Your hand is taking more shitty, poorly made katana than a fucking oriental gift store. You can neither feel the wound nor care about it. Your apathy crystals skyrocket, rendering all apathy-based economies absolutely solvent. Millions weep. See if your buggy friend is okay. Most species don't take too kindly to being trifurcated, and magmapeds are no exception. Poor Takasi. He was going to help you knock down and then recreate his humble village in the exalted style of your long-lost planet, back when you thought Earth had been destroyed. He tricked his own mother into selling her mud hut for a string of pearls. He was a wonderful little guy. Make 'em pay. Luckily, you just got the nasty customer for the job. El Vampiro. In a large alchemizer, combine 2 parts tequila, 1 part fake blood, 1 cup of tomato juice, 1/4 cup of orange juice, 2 limes, 1 diced onion, 1 digital file containing .mov, and the puree of 6 Scotch bonnets. Serve in striped specibus on ice. Your psychology professor once said that catharsis was largely a myth, and that exerting energy violently only made a person angrier than they originally were. But who's been crushed to death by space junk, and who's wailing on imps, leaving only ash, magma, and cinder grist, and tiny half-scale katanas in their wake? That's what you thought. Your next 5 minutes are a blind whirlwind of rage. Some of your enemies may have been unarmed, some of them may have been surrendering, but at the end of the day, they were all corpses. As per usual, you feel nothing. Button mashing is supposedly terrible for the controller, but damned if it doesn't get results. Congratulations would be in order, but Kossi was the only bug here who could congratulate you in a proper earthen manner. Revive that stalwart segmented follow with a big smooch. Lord knows you would throw your reputation, lose the respect of your friends and family, and be permanently labelled as a deranged pedophile. No, wait. Just have him back by your side. However, Takasi cannot possibly be revived. His wife/cousins, as custom dictates, have already eaten the majority of his corpse, as custom dictates. The future you both dreamed of, where a magmapede family could stroll down a paved street with proper architecture, drinking Coca-Cola, wearing factory-made clothing, and not committing incest, has been devoured by the maw of hopelessness and depravity. You've got a wicked case of the Mondays. Be the cute one again. Right. Come on, master. With hard work and perseverance, we can surely make it to the next gate. There's a gate? I can't see anything. No worries. It's always a pleasure to serve as your guiding light. Just follow me. Okay, thanks. Sparkle star, sparkle star. You're most welcome. You're welcome, most wonderful, most beautiful master. We should get going now. You loved your horse and everything, but the Japanese-style textual emoticons are going to be the fucking death of you. More importantly, the fog that surrounds you is proving itself to be increasingly inhibitory. It muffles auditory input and masks spells with a kind of sickeningly sweet cotton candy scent. There's no way a human would know it, but the room also distorts vibrations and radiation. Echolocation would be absolutely worthless here. Who said anything about echolocation? What is up with this trippy planet? The fog gets thicker and the butterflies have all gone red. You've got enough sanguineous hues in Clara's storyline. You don't need all that chroma up in your business. You're beginning to lose trust in your sprite's abilities. As a spectral anomaly, she has no mass. Therefore, her inability to stop light particles and evaluate them should render her, and all forms like her, totally blind. She is able to see with bullshit ghost magic. Despite her stupid powers, she sees way dumb, and could be easily tricked by those butterflies, if it turns out they're malevolent. There's no real way to be sure, though, as they act like normal Earth butterflies. Sometimes, you think you can hear them through the fog. You think they may be laughing at you. You think somebody's pestering you. Too bad you can't see shit. Get Sprite to translate for you. Hey, can you read this message out for me? Of course, master. I'll put on my reading glasses. Cool. Ah, your boyfriend messaged you. He says that he's ready to join as your server player. But isn't Ray already your server? Ah, I forgot we had agreed to some convoluted tiered server system. I guess his charts are worthless now. Ah, could you break the news to him? And also shoot Ray a heads up. She's gonna have to end up as his client. Huh? Nodding my head, master. Oh Christ, the system. God forbid someone ruins the system. You can just bet he's gonna get weird about this. That smiley face is pretty cute. Might have to use that sometime. I have no idea how I can read out parts like this. You know, it's a textual medium. I can't read out emoticons very well. Ray, receive uncharacteristic message. Also, how long is this gonna go on? Like, I was intending to end this by now, but this adventure, it's cool. I'm enjoying it. But if this is gonna take like an hour or something, I don't really want to start reading it. Maybe I'll come back to it in the next episode. That's a bit odd. Ray, receive characteristic message. So hey there, buddy. What's up? Shane has suggested that I act as your server player. There are several complications if undone the original plan and order. Would that be quite alright with you? Sounds fine. Fine. Excellent. Let's begin. He is just such a strange guy. You're just glad that you aren't on his bad side anymore. You always did appreciate his demeanor, though. I bet this exchange really did some wonders for his courtesy beacon. Not that it needs it. Who is this weird, curt, and somewhat spooky dude? You aren't as mysterious and spooky as some have come to think. In time, they too will realize your true form. Enter name. Your name is Alex. You have a variety of interests such as foreign language, computers, and video games. You strictly avoid both conflict and competition, as they bring out the worst in you and stress you out. Despite bountiful resources, you tend to wear your clothes and accessories to tatters. Sometimes Clara assists you in mending them. She was the one to spearhead the campaign to affectionately nickname you the Triangle Head, after your unkempt mane of hair. It struck, and you were referred to as such for 80% of the time by your friends. You are very proud to call Shane your girlfriend. If it wasn't for your fear of competition, you would wager to say that she is the best girlfriend. Facilitate your spur plight, if that's alright with you. Well, you know what, this is a new character introduction. I think this video is going on long enough, and I'm going to save game. And then I'll read it going from the next episode, so I feel like this episode was more interesting than the previous one. Also, I would still really like any feedback anybody cares to give. I still have no idea what I'm doing with this. Like, whether or not I should talk about stuff do anything other than just read out adventures. I've been kind of like interspersing the reading with like my personal thoughts on MSPFAs and like things that I think about randomly and like, is that good or not? Please let me know. I have no way of knowing otherwise. Bye. I hope you enjoyed watching. See ya.